June 1st, people, to Teenage Engineering, John Masters, quote unquote. If you're going to price like Apple, you better service like Apple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, John Masters with you here. I wish this was the OP1 mug, which you can buy on eBay. I believe someone's doing that, because this is going to be an OP1 video. I haven't done one of those in a while. As a matter of fact, I haven't done nearly as many of those OP1 videos as I should have. Being that I know a lot about the OP1 and I possess a lot of OP1s in different states of repair, so it would be easy to show people. However, today we're not talking about the OP1, the original. What we're doing is talking about the OP1 Field. So it's June 1st. The OP1 Field was announced on, I believe it was May 12th. Is that right? It was a Tuesday. What was interesting is in my feed, I got a little notice that said there was a video about an OP1, and typically it's like some 6-month-old video. But this one was those guys at something called Super Booth announcing the OP1 Field. So some kind of cool and eclectic synthesizer or digital music show. It's 90 degrees out, June 1st, summertime in Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm thinking about synthesizers. And what's interesting is I'm not thinking about them because I'm excited about having one. I'm thinking about them because I know that there's a lot of people in the world that are excited about having one. And if Teenage Engineering does what they did with the OP1, then there's going to be a lot of people that need help. And I don't mean that as I don't really mean that as a total criticism, although I question whether Teenage Engineering realizes that they have a pretty bad reputation regarding service in the United States. So, okay, today being June 1st, a bunch of the people apparently that ordered their OP1 Field have now received it. So there's a few videos online with the actual product in people's hands. So I've been watching it. Okay. So what I wanted to do is talk about what I think that I see regarding the serviceability of the item. I wanted to put in my 200,000 cents worth here. I believe that equals $2,000. Is that right? We're out here on another one of my projects, the huge yard project. All right, so far, it's got the funny sort of power button, which you push down, obviously, to turn off. And since this thing is a keyboard, which you actually, every motion made on a keyboard is in the pushing down type of position. Having the power button be something that you push down to turn off, that's kind of right there next to one of the keys. And obviously you could accidentally turn it off. So you can set the thing to where when you turn the power off, that it counts down when it's powering down. Now, you know, it's kind of interesting, some stuff. It's like, well, maybe you really should just have put the power switch either somewhere else or designed it a little bit differently. The problem with the power switch, these are the things that nobody's talking about on the YouTube videos you guys are watching. What I'm about to start talking about is that these are the questions that you need to ask before you're going to spend your 200,000 cents. Is what's going to happen to what appears to be also a connect board. We haven't seen the inside of this machine yet, but it appears to me that there is a connect board. Is this connect board going to need to be serviced the same as the connect board on the OP1? And if so, how do you access it? Do you have to remove the keyboard in order to remove the connect board? If so, your cost of service just went up. Because obviously on the OP1 you can remove the back door and remove the connect board. But that connect board, it looks like there is no door on the back. Now the reason that the power button on the OP1 needed to be redesigned is because the door on the back was part of the functionality of it. If you ever had a problem with the power switch on your OP1, it could be due to the fact that the back door has this little landing on it, and it could be worn down. Because when you put the back door on, there's a little landing which the power switch rides on, and it makes it work. When you take the door off, the power switch does not work nearly as good. So the connect board definitely needed to be redesigned. The power switch needed to be redesigned. But they've got it designed where it turns off by pressing down in the same direction that you're pressing all the keys. These are questions you want to ask when you're spending your $2,000. What happens if I break a key? Or what happens if I get one and one of the keys is messed up and Teenage Engineering is dealing with this thing the same way they deal with the OP1? Then you're in trouble. Or what if you buy one of these things secondhand and it's got that problem and then you don't have anybody to turn to? By the way, my name is John Masters. I do OP1 sales, service, and repair. You can find me at www.buyandop1.com. I do all the sales, service, and repair. I don't have any employees, okay? It's the year 2022. We just do it all ourselves because we can't get any support because nobody knows anything except how to push buttons, like on your new OP1 Field. So your buttons still do not have velocity sensitivity. So what you hit is what you get. But I can tell you this, based on the videos I've seen today, June 1st, the sound quality of the OP1 Field is far superior to the OP1. That is a definite. The sound quality is definitely better. And this is an audio device. So it appears to have, and I don't just mean the speaker is better. What I mean is that the sound quality of the actual device, like the way that it sounds when you're actually creating music, it appears from the videos that the sound quality of the device is much improved. Not just the speakers and the sound. The thing about that is, okay, big deal. It sounds better. Well, you know, most people are going to put their headphones on or use their big speaker system, whatever. So if you're going to buy something for $2,000 and your money is not just it's not just easily spent, these are the questions you need to ask before you purchase this thing, because let's talk about one of the more important things about this thing. And this could go contrary to some of what I got going on, because I definitely want the OP1 to maintain its value. I don't want the OP1 to be going like that, because if it goes like that, it becomes worthless. So if it stays like this or continues going like that, and with the price of the OP1 Field being $2,000, a lot of people think the price of the OP1 is going to go down. That's not what's going to happen. That'll only happen in the temporary interim here. Okay, like the day after this thing was announced, over 50 OP1s went on sale overnight on Reverb. 50! That's a lot. That's a lot of people who decided, I'm going to sell my OP1 and then I'm going to take that money and buy an OP1 Field. So if you're buying an OP1 today, then you're going to find a good deal. Absolutely. But what's going to happen is the company is going to quit supporting the OP1, because now they've got, this is where it will become touchy for that company and for me, and what I do is now they've got a predecessor. So ladies and gentlemen, we all knew it. The day we saw the announcement, we all had the exact same thought, quote unquote. Why is this thing not called the OP2? It's not the original Jesus, it's Jesus number 2. Okay, And I'm going to make a statement which I ain't seen nobody make, but this guy's going to make it because I'm the guy that's saddled with all the phone calls about how to service the OP1, what to do with my OP1 because it don't work. And basically, if an OP1 don't work, it's worthless. And if it does work, it's worth $1,000 or more. So if you're going to price like Apple, you better service like Apple. That's my quote of the day right there. June 1st, people. 2, Teenage Engineering, John Masters, quote unquote. If you're going to price like Apple, you better service like Apple. Because let me tell you something. I do believe that they liken themselves to Apple Computer. And people that have known me for many, many decades know that I used to do this exact same thing with a big old Apple Computer business in Atlanta. I've had so many businesses, I can't remember all of them. Okay? But if you're gonna, if you want to charge like Apple, then you better service like Apple. Because I can tell you this, Steve Jobs would never permit having anybody online with what all these OP1 owners have to say. He wouldn't allow for it. You couldn't have it. That's why I almost said the OP1 store. Give me a call. Teenage Engineering, if you guys want to change your reputation in America overnight, hire that guy. That's how you do that. Because I really do care about the customer, and I'm not in the box. I'm not in the box. If you guys watch any Teenage Engineering like videos with the actual people, it's like Apple. Were you guys around with Apple? It's kind of like, okay, so you guys are so non-conformist that they're total conformists. Does that make sense? I understand it, people. And the fact is, either Teenage Engineering doesn't know or they don't care. It's got to be one or the other. They either don't know or they don't care. That I get phone calls all the time from people. I got one the other day from somebody saying, hey, my friend, because this is a person whose OP1 I have fixed before. My friend has got an OP1 that's broken, and he sent that thing into the company that they've got on Teenage Engineering's website that says, if you're having a problem with your OP1, send it in here. And basically, it's just like this bottomless pit. You send the thing in, you call, you don't get any feedback. And it's always been that way. It doesn't matter who the company they've got on that website is. It's always the same. And you know why that is? Because they can't fix them. They're not fixing them. Okay? They don't know how to do the board level repair that they claim they know how to do. You know, I've got a fix for Teenage Engineering. Here's the deal. People watching this, you guys don't know this. There's a company, okay? There's a board level repair company that's on Teenage Engineering's website that they tell you to send your OP1 or OP1 Field if you have a problem and contact someone's name. However, you just send it. You don't have a phone number. There's no one to follow up with. And the phone calls that I get say, hey, we've sent the thing in. It's been weeks, and weeks, and we haven't got any feedback. So what we're doing is we're looking for an alternative so that when we get these people on the phone, we can just tell them, look, send my thing back to me. I've got somebody else that'll fix it in 24 hours because he's got 24-hour turnaround time. Okay. So therefore, Teenage Engineering, what I feel like they should do, instead of be worried about how many items they can sell at $2,000 a piece, they should be concerned with getting the OP1 Field in the hands of as many OP1 owners as possible. Okay, this right here would not help me in my business. They should have some kind of trade-in deal. If you own an OP1, you should get some kind of benefit when getting an OP2. There should be a benefit to you because you have supported the company, and now what you're having to do is go on the open market and throw yours out there with another 50, more than 50. That was just on Reverb just that one night, okay? What I was saying before is that that's all going to flatten itself out, and then the price of the OP1 will start to rise because it will become more limited. They will not support it because they're going to be supporting the new OP1. Why can't we call it the OP2? Good God, why do they have to be so creative? Sometimes it's too creative. by not just doing what you should do. Sometimes instead of being so creative, you should just do what you should do. Okay? What does that mean? It means call it the OP2, man. So number one, the OP1 owners should be the most important people to get in line to have an OP2, because they're the ones that have made it all happen. Okay. So so also you've got the board level repair. Then you've got the company that handles the returns for all the OP1s. So they get all the OP1s returned to them. The problem is what they do is they turn around and sell them no matter what the problem is, for no matter what somebody will pay for it, as opposed to fixing them and selling them as functioning OP1s. Okay? Because OP1s are hard to service because you can't get parts for them, which leads to the next step, which is ifixit.com, where the OP1 owner knows, well, if my connect board breaks, I can go over there and buy me one for $70, but they've been out of stock for like 18 months, all right? The keyboards, same deal, out of stock. And here's the deal, now that the OP2 is out, do you really think that they're going to start servicing the OP1 better than they were doing it before? It doesn't seem possible. It doesn't seem possible. So you're just selling off the broken OP1s that get returned, okay? So what Teenage Engineering needs to do is they need to have one consolidated place where all the returns go to, where anybody that gets an OP1 or an OP2 and is unhappy or whatever calls, and the guy says, hey, I'll take care of it. I'm going to send you another one tomorrow. Here's your tracking number. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, where they have a phone number, someone that they can deal with, where they believe that their $2,000 is important, or their $1,000, whatever. Okay, so that we're not letting broken OP1s out into the world. They don't need to be out there. They lower the value of the entire playing field. Let's just quit that. And people that want to buy, okay, let me tell you this. If there's people out there that need to buy parts for broken OP1s, and there's a company over here that's got a big old stack of OP1s that have miscellaneous problems, guess what? If they can get DSPs, keyboards, connect boards from those that have problems, they just, they take, if it's got a keyboard problem, take the connect board. If it's got a connect problem, take the keyboard. If you have all that stuff consolidated, then you can easily satisfy the customer. Now, pardon me, this has turned into a commercial for what Teenage Engineering should be doing with the OP1. The reason we need to hear the commercial is the OP2 just came out. You're paying twice as much for it. And by the way, I believe it was Teenage Engineering. I'll go ahead and spill the beans now, people. I'm the one you guys were all mad at for selling a couple of OP1s for $5,000. Oh my God, everybody got so mad. But it was only the fact that happened that got me interested enough to spinning up my business, which services people that own the OP1. So I'm the guy that y'all all got mad at. So I wanted to talk about the OP1 Field, which obviously I have decided just to call the OP2, because there are people that are going to watch the video whose their main thing is either A, I have an OP1, I need to find out if I should sell my OP1 to buy an OP2, or I've never had one before, which one should I buy? Okay. It's a big question, because it really does come down to how important money is to you and whether you're doing music as a business. Should you pay $2,000 for the new item? If you're doing music as a business, then the answer is going to be a little bit more on the yes side. It's going to be a little easier. If you're not doing music as a business and you're just spending $2,000 on this thing that you could spend on something that has better serviceability and less problems, the reason I say that is because of the track record of the OP1, then you might want to go look at a synthesizer from a company that has a good track record because the problem with the OP2 is you just don't know what's about to happen. You don't know whether it's serviceable, you don't know whether there's going to be any parts available for it, and you don't know whether it's going to break or not. Okay? So it's really impossible to answer the questions until you're really looking at your bank account and just asking yourself how important $1,000 is to you, because the reality is that's basically what you're talking about. Except give it a couple of months and the OP1 is going to be, the price on the used market is going to get closer to the price on their website. It's going to happen. So right now, if you've always wanted an OP1, you need to shop right now. Okay? If you want an OP2, you can't get one. They're sold out. They're not even pre-ordered. They're sold out. So if you've always wanted an OP1 and you think that you're going to go ahead and wait till the OP2 is back in stock or until you can afford it, just go ahead and get yourself a good deal on an OP1 now. Then wait a little while for the OP1 to start going up or to level off. Then sell it and buy you an OP2 when it's back in stock, or even better, when somebody has discovered that they don't want it or they want an OP1 and they are selling their OP2 on the gray market for a good deal. This is John Masters. Come see me at buyanop1.com for OP1 sale, service, and repair, or op1field.com, which is an OP1 forum designed exclusively to keep track of the OP1 field, any problems, anything that's good from day one. John Masters, signing off.